Why is it so taboo, and especially Arab culture, like you and I? Why do we feel that here?
Hypnotherapy is a bit taboo everywhere, to be honest. But I think in Arab culture, from what I've witnessed, they seem to have understood this as like some sort of magic. And it's like, no, it's really like, guys, please, it's not. Like, it really is just going into a relaxed state and rewiring through the voice, so just it's been taken completely out of context and this and also these stage hypnosis people have ruined it, like, because that looks scary.
It does.
It looks
scary.
really,
like,
really
I will
scary.
not do that.
No.
I will not be raising my hand at a circus.
Me neither.
Or whatever.
It's not good vibes for sure.
No, I think it's a matter of also like our culture. I think growing up, like you and I have similar backgrounds, like westernized but have Arab roots, obviously. I think a lot of it is kind of taken what the previous generations hand down. So by the book, okay, you grow up, you don't think too much about your feelings. Let's not have time for that. Let's not dwell on it. It's a lot of like, fine, like survival mode. Like our previous generations did live through so many wars and so many immigrations and starting over their lives and all of that. So I've said this on previous episodes, they don't have the time that we do to, like, thankfully now we look in words and do all these modalities and like sit with people and talk like this. But our grandparents and great-grandparents didn't have those tools.
No.
So maybe it's just something scary for them to look into something new.
I think just you said something there where our grandparents and even parents' generation were not into this wellness culture. I think what we're in right now is a bit overdone as well. It's a bit obsessive and it's a bit self-absorbed even. I think as humans, we are designed to connect with each other, and we're designed to even serve the community and serve people who need help, kind of thing. And I think what I'm seeing now with the excessive therapy and the excessive work and the way people are just so self-focused, it's just a bit much. So I feel like, and I'm in this, like I do this for a living. I think everyone needs to take a little bit of a step back and work on what needs to be worked on, and then go and live. Like, stop the work, like go and live, go and put it into practice, go and see how you really feel, go and see if you've actually learned anything from that experience. Does that make sense?
That's actually beautiful what you said, because I've come to that realization recently I was in this phase of like learning all these modalities. I'm so curious, and I still love that side.
I'm still so curious.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm a curious cat.
You don't have to be, like, that's how you really grow, and like we're here for a reason to keep learning.
Yeah.
We can't just like, again, be stagnant.
Definitely.
But I think there's a fine line of obsessive and kind of like a healthy interest. Yeah. And when you're obsessive and you become isolated because you're always doing the work, you're always in therapy.
That's what I'm saying. It's an isolating experience because, and look, I do believe in some cases, fine, you need to kind of have some alone time for a few weeks and really figure out and work on yourself. So that's great. But we are here to live. There's the learning that needs to be done, but the living is more important, right? I mean, I totally think that the only way to really feel the true happiness of all the work we've done is when you actually are present. And like when you take all the stuff you've learned, put it in your subconscious, hopefully, like just put it back there and just live. Be happy, travel, go out, laugh with friends, because that's actually the meaning of like you said, human connection. And you see the blue zones areas, they are living the longest because they're with their village. They're serving their village. I've seen a pattern now. I don't know if you see this in our age group where like we're all like, no, I'm protecting my peace. I need to sleep early tonight. And I've talked about this previously too, but with you, I'm curious if you see it with your wellness community. It's too much of like, I need to do this for myself. I need to be alone. I need to be with my kids. I understand it's important, but then where's the friendship anymore? Where's the village? The connection and the intimacy and like the time spent.
It requires sacrifice a little bit.
That's kind of what I meant. It's just it's a bit self-absorbed. I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. I'm not saying like being healthy is great, taking care of yourself is amazing, but where's the line where that becomes too much and you're not really connecting with, with people? That's the whole point. Why are we here?
Exactly.
We're not here to be sleeping at 8:30 and waking up and going for a run all by ourselves. Like, it's just, I believe we are on this earth to connect and learn from each other.
That's beautiful. I mean, as humans, that's what our, like, I guess, point of difference is we have this conscious ability to connect and to choose to like make a village and be there for your friends. And you feel fulfilled when you help someone else. You feel fulfilled when you laugh.
Exactly.
When you go out of your way, it's tiring. But then when you come back like from that outing or whatever, you're like, actually, I really needed, my soul needed that.
Yeah.
So having that balance again, balance, I know, right? It really is. The extremes are not working. And I love that we've kind of went from one extreme, like our parents' generation, grandparents, to another of fine, like in the 2000s, like we're like all into wellness, but then now we're coming in the middle again.
Yeah.